Cohn, and welcome to episode 25 of Rotary Cares, the monthly award-winning show that tells you everything about Rotary that you've always wanted to know. Rotary is a global network of 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers that come together to make a positive, lasting change in communities at home and abroad. Established 115 years ago, Rotary now has 35,000 clubs all over the world. Rotary's motto is service above self, and Rotarians adhere to a four-way test, a nonpartisan, non-sectarian ethical guide for Rotarians to use in their business and their personal lives. The test has been translated into more than 100 languages, and Rotarians recite it at club meetings. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? In Brattleboro, there are two Rotary clubs. The Brattleboro Rotary Club meets every Thursday at noon for lunch at the American Legion, and the Brattleboro Sunrise Rotary Club that meets every Wednesday for breakfast, also at the American Legion. Our guests today are Gayle Ottmann, Community Service Chair of the Rotary Club of White River, and Lorelei Morrissette, Resident Wellness and Services Manager for the Brattleboro Housing Partnership. We will be discussing community nutrition projects. Welcome, Gayle.
Thank you.
So first, so we get a sense here, how long have you been involved in Rotary?
20 years.
20 years. Wow, you started when you were young. All right. Do you remember why you joined?
Well, a couple of things. I was asked to join by one of the three women that was in the club.
Okay.
And being somewhat, having somewhat of an interest in putting women forward in organizations and so forth. And the fact that I knew her in the community and respected her and so forth, I said, that sounds very interesting. So I am one that volunteers more than I should, according to what some people say. But so it was a volunteer organization, of course. And the fact that I really, when we began to talk about it, she told me some of the things they were doing, and the fact that it was our work, the work of Rotary and the fundraising and everything geared to the youth and in our community. And so that was basically that, and the fact that I wanted to sort of expand my circle of people that I knew.
Great.
So
all good reasons.
Combination of many things.
So the White River Rotary, when and where does that club meet?
Well, we have moved into the 22nd century here.
Okay.
So we always met on Tuesdays, every Tuesday for lunch. Now we meet on Monday mornings, breakfast meeting at the town hall.
Okay.
Second Tuesday, we're fortunate enough when the school's in session that we are guests of the culinary department at the Hartford Career Technology Center.
Whoa.
In their getaway restaurant. When school is not in session, then we usually meet at some outdoor location for lunch. The third Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, you got to keep track of this.
That's right.
All right.
So if you belong to Rotary, you really need to pay attention to where
I guess so.
So the third Tuesday of the month, we meet at the Hotel Coolidge, and it's bring your own lunch. On the fourth Tuesday, we have dinner at one of the local restaurants, which has turned into be a really very positive meeting. And if there is a fifth Tuesday, then we do something socially.
Wow, that's exciting. And White River has many good restaurants. I can tell. I've enjoyed them, including two really good barbecue restaurants, which is actually very fitting for what we're going to be talking about, which is community service, which is a big part of Rotary. Your club has been involved in Take a Bite Out of Hunger. What's that project about?
Just to give you a quick background.
Okay.
There is an organization called Hartford Community Coalition, which was founded in 2013 when some of the local citizens got together because we had had a series of teenage suicides. And we were very concerned about the wellness of the community, and was there something that we as a community could do to address the reasons for this? And so our focus then, as it is now, was on creating a healthy and vibrant Hartford. Now, when I talk about wellness, that's all types of wellness.
Sure.
So we approached food insecurity, poverty, substance abuse, housing. So it's multifaceted.
Sure.
So out of that organization, my fellow Rotarian, who happens to be our district governor, Nancy Russell, and I, over some beverages one evening, we just attended one of the HCC meetings, and so we began to talk, well, gee, we talked about food insecurity. She has a daycare center. I used to have 2 daycare centers, and so we were talking about this whole food insecurity thing. What came to our mind was our local Hartford Recreation Department has a summer recreation program called Ventures. And we had discovered that a lot of these 80 participants, they have to bring their own lunches. Many of them were not bringing anything at all.
Right.
They were furnished with a granola bar and a bottle of water, but that was all they were getting for food. So we went to the HCC group and we said, we were concerned about this, and I said, is there something we could do about this? So everyone put their heads together, and we started in 2015 with this summer program. There were 80 participants in the Ventures program. So we started looking for a source for lunches for them. There was no USDA. We wanted to do it in a school cafeteria, but our cafeterias are managed by a private company.
Right.
And they were not interested in doing a summer program. So through Nancy's connections and some other people, we found out that Bradford, which is 20 miles north of us, had a USDA program in their elementary school. They agreed to provide breakfast and lunches for those 80 kids.
Right.
So we had to find a van and a driver. So Nancy found someone who was very gracious and very willing to donate the van for the summer for $1.
Wow. Good
So
deal.
then we had to get a driver, and so anyway, so that's how this all started.
Great.
So we began to find out that there was a tremendous need. It wasn't just the 80 kids, because in the summertime we forget that children that are on free and reduced lunches, once school is over, there's no program for them until they go back to school.
Right.
So very often we had discovered that many of them just did not have food, and that was based on what we found out through the Ventures program.
Right.
So that was 2015. And so that now, to where we are today, I guess we'll move forward with that. We have a walk-in site now at the White River Elementary School, and the elementary school cafeteria is open for us to do the lunches there.
Right.
So in 2000, that's why I had to bring these numbers, because it kind of blows my mind.
What?
It's a 9-week program.
Right.
And in 2019, the year we just finished, in those 9 weeks,
Right.
we distributed 13,187 meals.
13,187 meals.
Yes.
Wow.
And that includes the breakfast and lunches
Right.
that the Ventures program still gets.
Right.
And because of this USDA program and private funding, we were able to expand it to not only just do lunches for the children in the Ventures program, but we have a walk-in site there at the cafeteria for adults, so they can come and get a prepared lunch.
Wow.
We also do several school-related summer programs that are
Right.
other schools
Right.
around the area. We also go to the Haven.
Wow.
We do 3 locations that have subsidized housing.
Wow. I gotta ask, when you say we, we're talking about we being how many people?
There were this year 465 volunteer hours.
465. And these are largely, these are Rotarians?
A combination of everybody. There's teenagers, there's grandparents, there's parents,
What a
but the Rotarians also. I mean, we only have a 30-member club.
Right.
So they,
Wow.
it's a small club, but everybody tries to do their piece.
Sure.
Not everybody can get away because we have to start preparing the lunches at 11 o'clock in the morning, and if you're working, you can't get away.
Right.
But there are other things you can do. You can come and help clean up. But that has to do with that particular program. What I have to say too, that in addition to those lunches that we do Monday through Friday, in the community, and this is where Rotarians really step in, because our Rotarians work in multiple businesses throughout the area. So through the business community and just groups of people getting together, I happen to belong to a part of a Main Street Ladies group that we get together twice a month and just get together and have dinner and drinks and just kind of interface with each other. So there's 6 of us, and we get together to just do these things. So one of the things that we have decided to do, along with all of these other businesses, banks, real estate offices, doctors' offices, we package 60 snack bags every week so that the children can take those snack packs home with them on Friday.
Correct.
So they'll have food over the weekend. We have a list of what we can put into it. They have to be microwavable, or they have to be things they could, like snacks and things.
Right.
So that's done for the 9 weeks.
Right.
So that particular, and they did a survey, and we sort of tell them what we're getting and how much each pack costs us, because we do it ourselves. Everybody does it. We don't get money from anybody except in our own pockets, which is just fine with everybody. But we were able to put together those 60 packets, and the cost, if we had to buy all of those products, was $5,100.
Wow. Gayle, this is just fantastic. This is Rotary really doing a wonderful
Rotary
thing.
at work.
It's great. Gayle, thanks for taking the time to be on the show. We'll be right back with our guest Lorelei Morrissette. But first, this brief message from Rotary International entitled, "There's no limit to what we can do." We'll be right back. Thank you.
We've been here before, fighting the problems that fight back. But we can shift the status quo, because we see opportunities where others see obstacles. We're change makers and problem solvers, uniting over 1 million minds to address complex issues facing communities around the world, including yours. With passion and purpose, we've led the efforts to put an end to polio. Now eradication isn't just possible, it's plausible. Every day we're investing in a new generation of leaders so we can continue to provide access to clean water, tackle global health concerns, support education, and build the foundations of peace across borders. We're working together as partners and professionals while making friendships that last a lifetime. We're Rotary, and there's no limit to what we can do.
Welcome back to Rotary Cares, a monthly award-winning show that tells you everything you want to know about Rotary and more. Our guest is Lorelei Morrissette, Resident Wellness and Services Manager for Brattleboro Housing Partnership. Welcome, Lorelei.
Thank you.
All right, now, you're currently not a Rotarian, and I'm saying currently because maybe by the end of this you'll join, but you work with the Rotary Clubs of Brattleboro on a very exciting project, the School Vacation Nutrition Project. Can you tell us about that project?
Yes, at Brattleboro Housing Partnerships at our family locations, Ledgewood and Moore Court, we offer breakfast lunch program for the kids during the school vacations. This program helps cover the gaps for the families during the school breaks, and it helps cover those gaps where it helps to ensure their nutritional meals during this break, where otherwise they might not have that chance. Especially considering a lot of the folks have free and reduced lunches during the school time, but on those vacations they don't have that ability.
Wow. All right, so what's the role of the Rotary Clubs in this project?
Thanks to the Rotary Clubs of Brattleboro, we're actually able to offer this program.
Okay. You're welcome.
They support financially, but also reach out to local businesses to partner with them to get food donations.
Ah.
Yeah, so it really helps out.
All right. So that's what Rotary does. And what does the Brattleboro Housing Partnership do?
Well, we actually work with the residents at the locations to find volunteers.
Okay.
And then we work with the volunteers to create a healthy menu for the week. And then the volunteers actually go and they do the shopping and preparing the meals to serve to the children.
Okay. Now, so how do you identify the children who are going to be taking part of this program? How do you identify the kids that are going to eat the meals?
It's actually open to all the children at our family sites.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So it's just so everyone knows about this and they can come. Do they have to sign up?
They do not have to sign up. We actually we send out flyers and put out sandwich boards that notify them that it's going on at the site.
Wow.
And of course, we do word of mouth as well.
So, and I'm sorry. How long have we been doing this?
Well, we've been doing this for over 5 years.
All right. So in the course of those 5 years, not that numbers matter, but can you give a sense? Is this a program that is expanding? I mean, the kids, more people are taking. I don't want to say advantage because it's really very sad that we have to actually do this. But are kids? Are we helping a good number of kids by with this program?
We are. We are helping a lot of kids, and we've seen the growth in numbers. And now the kids are aware that, you know, on that Friday at the end of that week, they go home with a little bag of snacks that can help through that weekend. So yeah, the word grows. The kids talk, and it's amazing.
So we just learned about this Take a Bite Out of Hunger up in White River Junction, where they have these, you know, backpacks and things like that. So so they can get a meal Monday through Friday, and then they get some food that'll carry them through. Now, is this just during the summer?
No, this is actually during school breaks, so any vacation breaks. So, you know, during the April vacation break, actually we're doing it currently this week for our February break.
Right, this is February week, so, and the next
Yes.
one will be in April or whenever?
Correct, yes.
Okay, I don't have any kids in the school system, but, okay, so it's during any school breaks and the summer.
Yes.
Wow. And now in terms of the locations, these are locations that have the ability, is the meal, is it refrigerated? Is it hot meal? What kind of a meal are we talking about?
It actually is a hot meal. These community rooms are set up as a full kitchen.
Ah.
So when they prepare the menu, they decide, you know, what they want for that week. It has to be something that's healthy, kind of like what you'd find in a school lunch. And the volunteer, who is generally a participant, a resident in the site,
Right.
will come in and cook the meal and serve it right on the spot.
Okay, so what Gayle was talking about earlier, do you have to meet certain, she was saying like USDA requirements, or does this have a federal component to it, or in terms of the choice of meals?
Actually, it does not.
Oh.
Yeah, so it has some flexibility. We do try to tailor it around like what you'd receive at the schools, that sort of thing, so that it's a healthy option.
Right.
Because many times a lot of our children don't have the ability to have healthy options at home.
Right, right. But is it also, does it provide a social interaction as well? I mean, the kids come and bring their friends and...
Oh, definitely. And what we try to do is involve programming around the meal times,
okay.
so that there's activities going on, so other community partners come in and do different activities with them either before or after.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about these community partners. You mentioned one of the things that Rotary helps with is getting some of the food. So there are community partners who are providing food in some way?
Yes, correct. We actually have a few that are regular donors for our program. We have the Works, Hannaford's,
Right.
Commonwealth Dairy, and we also have Dutton's Farms.
Oh,
Yes, and they generally do it every time for a donation.
fantastic. So they're providing a certain amount of the food, and then we're augmenting it. You know, you're going in whatever money we do as well. And then who are the community partners that are coming in with the programming?
So we've worked with many different agencies throughout. We've worked with NECA, who does the Circus Arts program.
Oh, okay, sure.
We've worked with the Bookmobile, and we connect with them.
Right.
We also have the Art in the Neighborhood program
Oh,
that comes in and does art with the children. So yeah, we have quite a few.
so what you're saying is, so the kids are coming, they're getting a meal, which is very important, but there's also a social aspect and an educational aspect as well. So it's not really it's nutrition, that's great, but it's also just a way for them to connect without any kind of a stigma that, oh, you're getting a free lunch or free breakfast or whatever the meal happens to be.
Definitely, and by opening it up to all the children at the site,
Right.
they don't feel that as well. So
That's great. Now, do these? I'm just curious. Outside of this program, this is you're helping to administer it. Are the schools involved in any way? I mean, do you get any interaction with another agency?
we do during the summer meals program. We are actually connected with the Wyndham Supervisory Union for
Okay.
that, but not during the vacation breaks.
Interesting. And during these vacation breaks, do you notice? Is there like the number of kids who come in February during the February break versus the number of kids who come in the April break? Is there a difference? Does it really matter the time of the year? I mean,
It does not. It really doesn't. There's such a need that it doesn't matter what break it is. We see a number of kids in there.
this is very sad. I mean, it's sad that there's a need. What's fantastic is that we have this program. I guess. All right. Other than Rotary and the organizations that you mentioned that are participating, how can the community be involved in this or help out?
Well, we're always looking for community partners for food donations, volunteering, that sort of thing. So if anybody's interested, please feel free to reach out to us. We would love to connect with other businesses.
Now, who's the us when you say connect with us?
So that would be Brattleboro Housing Partnerships, and also the Rotary Clubs of Vermont,
Well,
of Brattleboro.
of Brattleboro,
Yes.
but we don't have, we don't have the ability. If someone wanted to get more information, unfortunately, I don't think our club would be the way to do it. We could have a link to your website. I mean, is there information on your website?
They definitely could reach out to our office. On our website, it's more standard. They would just get the phone number and stuff to contact us.
Okay, but there are flyers or something that go out?
Yes.
Okay, that's really good. Well, one of the things we could do is if you send me one of those flyers, we'll put it on our website.
That would
we
be
can do.
fabulous.
We can do that. Lorelei, thanks for coming on and telling us about this exciting program. And I hope that you'll come back as a Rotarian because it's a great organization.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I'd like to thank our guests, Gayle Ottmann and Lorelei Morrissette. And a shout out to Brattleboro Sunrise Rotary past president Kevin Yeager, for doing all the magic behind the camera. Thanks also to BCTV for recognizing us as the 2018 Nonprofit Member of the Year. And a special thanks to Brian Brashaw for helping us bring this show to you. If you have any questions, concerns, or ideas for future topics, send them to info@BrattleboroRotaryClub.org. info@BrattleboroRotaryClub.org. I'm Marty Cohn. Thanks for watching.